Matters, I'm Peter Applebaum. In this episode, we're going to explore how to market on a budget. Have you ever thought, if I had just 1% of McDonald's marketing budget, I could grow my business so much faster? If you have, you're not alone. Thousands of other business people have as well. Here's the good news. You're about to find out having no budget or a much smaller budget than your competitors is not an impediment to success. We're going to speak to Courtney Hogan from fast-growing restaurant chain Bondi Pizza that has roughly 70,000 dining competitors, along with digital entrepreneur Alexis Soulopoulos from Mad Paws. And our one-on-one expert is Samantha Cater, co-founder, with her two siblings no less, of Dessert Boxes. It's Valentine's Day last year. Dessert Boxes has just launched their unique range of gift boxes with quirky names like the Giant Homer Donut, She's a Keeper, and You Is Fancy, huh? Nothing was spent on marketing for the first 6 months. Today, with 45,000 boxes sold and a turnover of over $3 million, Dessert Boxes is thriving. To tell us how she and her siblings did it, we welcome Samantha to Marketing Matters. So, Samantha, Dessert Boxes' positioning is naughty and cheeky. Was this a conscious decision you made to differentiate yourself?
Yeah, it definitely was. So as a new business, we wanted to innovate and disrupt the gift-giving industry. Right. And we knew that we had to differentiate ourselves in order to do that. So we did that in two ways. The first way was by creating a really unique product, which the market had never seen before, and that is our dessert boxes and our donut bouquets. And the other way was by creating a really cheeky brand. So we really humanized it so that people could relate to us and what we were doing. In return, that allows us to create really funny content, which people tag their friends in, they share it, and it's led to mass awareness.
I'm sure you've had people say to you, it's just like Virgin. Virgin creates this cheeky persona where they're a little bit naughty. Would that be the same?
Exactly, yeah.
So, OK, let's go back to Valentine's Day 2017. You have no customers and little money. Yeah. What did you do?
We did two main things. So step one was create content. So we really had to fake it till we made it at the beginning because we didn't have customers buying the products, but I needed photos to be posting up on social media. So I would wake up every morning, I'd get donuts, I'd get some desserts, I'd get some confectionery, I'd put it in a box, take photos and upload it and say, hey, Maria loved her box. Really, I was Maria. And then we'd do the same with the funny messages. So we'd print it, we'd stick it on. So it was really about creating content for us so that we could post something online. But now we have enough user-generated content that we no longer need to do that, so we just repurpose people's content. And the second thing we did, which was a big one for us that we still do, is social media influencers. So we'd contact them on what we call a contra deal basis, which pretty much means, hey, I'll send you a free dessert box. In exchange, can you post it on your Instagram or Facebook page and expose us to 1,000 of your new followers?
And how did that work? I mean, how was that successful for you?
So that was great. So we would contact them via Instagram, again, just saying, hey, like, we're a new brand, we'd love for you to try our products. They would say yes. In exchange, if they loved it, they would then post it and say, check out this new company. They're doing really cool things. Head over to their page. So
obviously, not having much of a marketing budget forced you to be creative, and that's obviously, as the Queen of Social, which is your self-appointed title,
yes.
That's part of your job title, if you will.
Yeah, so with us, it's definitely at the forefront of our business. So being creative and just doing different branding, so different kind of marketing techniques, being really cheeky in our tone, it really forced us to be creative and think outside of the box.
Do you think, obviously social media has been and is central to you, with over $3 million turnover in less than 2 years is quite extraordinary. Should every business with limited funds be on Facebook and be active on social media like yourselves?
I think they should definitely be on it because it's a cheap cost, so it is a lower cost compared to other marketing activities, and you're reaching mass awareness. But to say if they should focus exclusively on it, I wouldn't say yes. I would say, as marketers, we're in the attention game. Know your target audience so well that you know where they are, where they hang out, and target them there. Go where their attention is.
So look, you have large competitors, large, better established competitors. You're talking about companies that deliver flowers, other gift boxes, a whole range of things. How can smaller companies compete with larger companies that obviously have larger marketing budgets?
Look, I honestly think that now with the internet and social media, it's made it such an even playing field for marketers. So it's no longer about who has the bigger budget. It's about who can build an engaged audience, who interacts best with their customers on social media or at every interaction, and who can build a better relationship. They're the ones that are going to succeed. It's not necessarily the ones with the bigger marketing budget anymore.
So Samantha, if money wasn't an issue, what would you have done differently from day one?
We probably would have done the same thing in terms of starting on social media because that's where our target audience is. If anything, we just would have put more money towards our Facebook campaigns, so run more rigorous campaigns and multiple campaigns at once.
Right, okay. So your preferred platform was Instagram and Facebook?
Definitely, yes.
Which one of those platforms has given you the greatest results?
They both work just as well as each other. Instagram's greater at building relationships because, you know, they have like the Instagram story, so we can really humanise the brand and show behind the scenes of what happens in our office, which people love to see what we get up to on a daily basis. And Facebook's great because we use it for retargeting techniques with our advertising.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, final word, what would you recommend to someone who is in the position you were in 18 months ago?
I would say know your target audience extremely well. So we've created an alias. Let's call her Maria.
Right.
We know how old she is.
Your friend Maria.
That's it. We know what her name is. This might sound a bit stalkerish, but what her name is, where she hangs out, how old she is, where her attention is, what her behaviours are. Know who your audience is and then figure out, okay, during the day, where's her attention and at what point can I grab her attention with my marketing messages?
I see. Well, I'd like to thank Samantha for giving us her insights along with some severe sugar cravings which we might be able to satisfy. After the break, we speak to the experts on our marketing panel. Welcome back. To discuss their thoughts on marketing on a budget, we welcome Samantha back, along with Courtney Hogan, Marketing Manager of Bondi Pizza, and Alexis Soulopoulos, CEO and co-founder of Mad Paws. So, Courtney, with so many dining competitors, how do you decide what and who to spend your money on?
I think for us it's more about the focus on the customer at the time that they're dining in the restaurant, and we're really about bringing our customers back in time and time again, so we really try and build up that kind of customer loyalty. So we have incentivised people by signing up to our inner circle, which is our essentially our VIP database, and so we like to get people to come back and we offer them really well-valued promotions throughout the year, such as, you know, a birthday voucher,
right,
things like that.
And you have 7 restaurants, don't you?
Yes, we do.
How many people on your VIP list?
We've got close to 100,000 now, so that's been growing really rapidly over the last 4 years that I've been with the business. So that's been probably my #1 focus
and that
in the
helps
marketing.
to drive sales?
Absolutely, yes. Yep.
And Alexis, you've got over 8,000 pet sitters. And they're probably your best and most effective ads. How do you leverage those partnerships to market your business? Because they're interested in marketing their business. How do you use it for Mad Paws?
Well, what we do is we have a very strong focus on community building.
Right.
And so we very much involve our pet sitters in the community building. One, we want to have an amazing community that they feel a part of. Guys, you do what you do best and what you love, looking after animals. Meanwhile, we are going to make sure that we have an amazing community around here with great products, great marketing, great technology. But then we also, so they feel part of the community, and that's important to us, but also we create a community together with our pet sitters. And we do that by, for example, organizing Australia's largest ever pet party. We organize that every time for the Easter fair. It's very fun with dogs looking for dog-friendly chocolates and so on. We do that by finding, guys, help us find Australia's Dog of the Year, and all the pet sitters submit their nominations. Help us find the Pet Sitter of the Month. Help us find Australia's cuddliest cat. And what it does is creating the community, getting the word out there, helping them to co-create that content. And then, of course, this creates PRable content that news, media really loves.
And Samantha, I know we talked about this in our chat, but did you test and measure various marketing initiatives on the way, or did you select social media and that's it?
Yeah, we definitely do so, especially on social media, because that's where all of our marketing budget really tends to go to. They provide you with so much analytics and insight into your campaign as to how well it went or how well it didn't go. So we would run a campaign, we'll measure it, and then based on the next campaign, we'll take into consideration those learnings and alter the campaign. So we always test and measure.
Okay, so and you've made quite substantial changes as a result of those
yeah,
those
of course. So it teaches you who to target, who not to target, where to target them. They buy them also when they're on their desktop, they buy them also on their phone. So it gives you so much data that we test and measure that and then alter the campaign.
Oh, fantastic. And Courtney, did you make marketing investment decisions based on what your competitors were or were not doing? As we said, you've got 70,000 different dining alternatives around Australia.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really look at our competitors. I sort of see us in almost a field of our own because we have such a broad market. It's almost difficult to market because we do have such a huge target demographic across Sydney, and we really try and make a restaurant environment where people feel comfortable if they're a family, if they're an older couple, if they're a younger couple, if it's a group. So, you know, for us, we just kind of decided to really stick to our database, and that's been, like I said, kind of 100% in my view in terms of marketing moving forward. And then little things that come up along the way, we've kind of tested and trialled different things.
So you test and trial different things. I mean, what are the sorts of things that you focus on from a test perspective?
Definitely with the socials.
Right.
So we've done different sorts of Instagram ads, Facebook ads, some SEO work,
right.
And just trying to kind of, again, it gives you that ability, like Samantha was saying, to really kind of drill down in who you're looking for. So we can test all these different types of ads and promotions towards completely different audiences all across Sydney.
And is it a challenge with, like, unlike Samantha and Alexis, you've got 7 different locations, it has one brand.
Yes.
Is it a challenge to customise it to that particular local area?
Absolutely, but like I said, we're very lucky in that we do try and kind of target that really broad audience.
Right.
So you know, how quick social media moves, we can really quickly tell what isn't working. So we can really go in there, and if a promotion's not working at one location but it's great at another, then we can funnel those sort of investments that we've made, and we can focus on the one that it is working in and think, okay, what are we going to do at the one that it's not so good?
And Alexis, how did you decide what to spend your marketing dollars on?
Look, I very much agree with what these ladies have been saying. It's about measuring.
You're a smart man, Alexis.
It's about measuring and optimizing from there. But you can only measure and optimize several marketing initiatives when you test and test hard and test multiple things. So it's about first testing, learning from that, optimizing what works.
Okay. And Samantha, what suggestions do you have for other business owners about how and where you should allocate their marketing budget?
Look, I talk a lot about attention and knowing your target audience so well that you know where they are. So we talk a lot about social media, but that's because that's where our demographic is.
Right.
If your demographic is offline, go offline. So just know your target audience so well and allocate your budget to where they are and to where their attention is.
Okay. And Courtney, what are your thoughts?
I totally agree. I mean, we really focus on trying to find the people that we also have in the restaurant, so our inner circle, really kind of driving that database as hard as we can. We get 30% open rates on our emails, which is numbers that I've never seen before working with Bondi Pizza. And things like our birthday voucher, we get redemptions of 30% or more per month on those. So we know that our inner circle members, they're really loyal. They like coming into Bondi Pizza, and they are that repeat business. So that's just where our focus is all the time.
Right. And Alexis, I suspect I know the answer to the question because you mentioned community is such an important part. So what suggestion would you have for business owners looking to...
Community is part of the mix. We want to scale hard and broad, and so there's more things required. And I'll say what they said. It's absolutely correct, but I want to add to that, for my pause, is focusing on the product. The technology for us is crucial, and the experience that pet owners have with pet sitters is so crucial. And that in itself really drives word of mouth. It drives repeat business. And so when we have a marketing budget, honestly, we have taken months that we allocated part of it just to improving the technology, because we know that in itself is marketing as well.
Because that's going to pay off over a period of time.
Absolutely.
So one word, what is your suggestion moving forward for people watching the show?
Attention.
Attention. Alexis?
Focus.
Focus. Courtney?
Database.
Database, attention and focus. There you have it, 3 words. But coming up after the break, we hear some more words from some viewers, and the panel will discuss their questions. Welcome back to Marketing Matters, and don't we have the toughest job in the world? We have all our delights from Bondi Pizza and from dessert boxes, but now we have some viewer questions about this week's topic. Our first call is David Packinus. Hi David, thanks for calling in. What's your business and what is your question for the panel?
Good evening, Peter. This is David from Crystal Clear Data. We specialise in data capture for business-to-business clients. And mine is a 2-pronged question. The first part of that question is, what are the best cost-effective tactics for attracting business-to-business clients? And the second part of that is, what would you consider the most cost-effective strategies to re-engage with past business-to-business clients with where your key contact has maybe moved on 6 months, 12 months later.
I see. Alexis, what are your thoughts briefly on that?
I think B2B, and we have a bit of experience with that because we partner with Qantas.
Right.
I think B2B is very much building the relationship and also sustaining the relationship. And how we do that is, of course, face-to-face meetings. That's very important. Keeping the relationship going, and how I keep it up to date is I send updates about the business progress to all my partners, but also potential partners, to make everyone feel part of the journey. And I think that helps a lot to maintain and improve that relationship.
Okay, and Samantha, briefly, what would your thought be?
So we have a big corporate clientele base that likes to send boxes to their clients and customers. The two cost-effective methods we use, one was networking, so it's great to put a face to the name at these networking events and building relationships, and the second one was LinkedIn, so you can directly communicate and contact with the decision maker in the business.
Right, so LinkedIn is a wonderful, wonderful tool.
Definitely.
So David, thanks for that, and let's go straight to our next call now. We have Peter Buey on the line. Hi Peter, thanks for calling in. What's your business and what is your question for the panel, please?
Hey Peter, thanks for having me. My business is PB Web Development. We run a small web agency, a team of 5. We specialise in custom development for small to big businesses. We've been doing a lot of word of mouth and relationship building to try and build more customers, and we're just trying to look for a really cost-effective way to market the business that will have the most impact to attract new customers. We've got a little bit of budget, but we're trying to work out where to spend it best to have a good impact.
Okay, so Courtney, I think I'd know what your suggestion would be.
Well, yes, to go back to that word of database.
Yeah.
So we incentivise our customers, like I said, to sign up to our inner circle. And by doing that, we obviously give them promotions and special offers throughout the year. So my advice would be to really go back to your business model and look at your lists of customers that you've dealt with in the past, how you can bring them back in, and then obviously ways that you can keep them interested in your business, and that's by, might be by EDM, it might be by doing some targeted ads towards them through Facebook or something like that, but definitely keeping in touch with those people that you deal with before.
Maintaining and building on those relationships.
Absolutely.
Alexis?
Look, database is amazing. Let me address how can we find the first people to get to our product, to get into our database, and I think it's finding where does the demand already exist. For MadPost, we went to classify websites where people were already looking for pet sitters, already offering pet sitting website services. For web development, for small businesses, there are Facebook communities, small business owners, Sydney startups, and I see people all the time asking, do you have contacts to reliable technology build services? And I think it's going into those communities where the demand already exists and interacting with that demand.
All right. And final word, Samantha, briefly?
My answer is obviously social media.
Of course, yeah.
Low cost, it's easy, mass awareness.
Right, I see. Okay, well, thank you very much to David and Peter for their calls, and I would like to thank Samantha, Courtney and Alexis for their time and insights on this week's panel. And now to our marketing tech segment. This week, we're going to discuss how to get the best return on your digital investment. Here's your host, Susan Werkner.
If you are looking for the best way to increase revenue, brand awareness and traffic to your site, email marketing could be a perfect fit for your business. While it's not new and it's not sexy, there is no digital strategy that generates a greater return on investment than email. Smart Insight Research has found that every dollar invested in email marketing can generate $40 in revenue. According to McKinsey, email is 40 times more effective than Facebook and Twitter combined. Given its ability to speak to individual interests, sending a direct email is also the most cost-effective way to acquire customers. One of the key advantages that EDMs or electronic direct mail have over social media, apps and even website traffic is that you have complete control. Facebook owns your Facebook page. Apple or Google owns your app subscribers, but you alone own your email database. There are many online platforms you can use to create and implement email programs. MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber and ActiveCampaign are among the best known and most flexible. Most include ready-to-use email templates and forms that takes the technical difficulty out of creating effective EDMs. So what are the critical things you need to do to make sure your subscribers look forward to receiving and opening your emails? Number 1, your email list. To be successful, your emails must only be sent to people for whom your offerings are relevant and interesting. They must also have opted in to receive your EDMs. Secondly, your subject line. The better the subject line, the more your EDMs will be opened. And finally, your offer. What you're offering must speak to the needs, wants and interests of your audience. Don't focus on you, focus on them. So who is doing email marketing well? Career Support 365, a specialist in providing career support for employees, demonstrates that strategy and creativity can happily coexist with excellent EDMs. A great subject line and strong visuals with a good call to action have helped this business build a loyal following. Other examples of compelling emails are T2, Condé Nast Traveller and Smart Company. An easy-to-use platform, strong offering and personalised emails can help you to build a powerful and cost-effective revenue-generating email program for your business.
Thank you, Susan, and that's all for now. Don't forget that we'd love to hear from you too, so give us your comments, suggestions and questions on Facebook at Marketing Matters TV or via the website at marketingmatterstv.com. Next week's episode is the Customer Service Advantage. Contact us if you're interested in asking the panel a question. Thanks for watching Marketing Matters, and we look forward to seeing you next week.